Oh, hi. I don't know if all of you remember, I started this channel March the 23rd of 2023. And I tried to read the Testaments by Margaret Atwood. I couldn't do it. I was just downstairs. Oh, I came downstairs, sorry. I had to take care of a couple of things. And I just had to come get the wood. And as we're walking back up to the proper reading area, and no, I am not feeling ill today, so I'm not in bed, not in that much pain today, which is really good. It's really good. I'll tell you in just one moment. Okay, let's go say hi to Mom. Mama, I'm live on the channel. Oh, sorry. Hi, Sophers. Hey, how are you? Here we are. Oh, there she is. Hi, Mom. Hi. Okay, we're watching The View. Just 1 minute. She hasn't aged. He's been in the hospital since last week because of complications.
No, she's had good work.
There's Toe. Sophs? No. Hang on a minute. Let me see your Totos. I just want to show, was it Moon Dancer who was worried about you? Yeah, they're a little red in there, sweetie. She's always had that. Is that just... It's so weird.
She has allergies.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to give her an allergy pill. Yeah, it's this one that's bothering her the most. No, you know what it is? It's that one.
Stop drugging your dog.
I don't drug her, Mother. I'm lying. You can't say things like that because people might actually think it's true. Yeah, to what the doctor gave, but Ed was giving her those allergy pills, and I didn't finish them because the doctor put her on different medication for her poison ivy or whatever that was when she went up north. Bobbins, you want to come upstairs with Mommy?
Want to come what?
I asked Sophie if she wanted to come upstairs with me.
I don't know, Plumber Bump. Does she?
It's you. Hey, listen. Wait a minute. Hey, you. Hey, listen. Hey, you. I know. Out there on your own, trying to be alone. Can you hear me? Sorry, tell everybody about your doctor's appointment.
I had to wait. And the poor lady, she does a wonderful job. I'm not saying anything disrespectful. She's a very good doctor. But no, I forgot what I was going to say, so it doesn't matter.
You were saying that you waited.
Oh, yeah.
You waited for a long
time. So I tried to keep myself busy.
What did you do to keep yourself busy?
Well, I took a couple of Kleenexes.
What did you do? Make paper hats?
No, I shined my boots.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's smart.
I got all the dirt out of my boots.
So you mean you didn't flick around with your cell phone?
Didn't have it with me.
Oh, that's right. You called me from the reception's office.
That's right.
And they asked me to come pick you up. And I thought, what, on my broom?
And then I thought to myself, oh, I'll go out there and she'll drive by and she's already bought a car.
I don't have money to buy that right now. Oh, Mom, could you do me one, or do you want to do this when we talk about aging later?
Yeah, because then I'll be older. Couldn't resist that one. Here you go.
Oh, thanks, Mom. So I told you her YouTube channel is called Alice in the Palace. I called it ANL instead of L and L, ANL. Alice in the Palace. Do you like that one?
What is it? Alice in the Palace.
Yeah.
But then what are the initials again?
ANL. Remember I called my other channel L and L Soul Sisters?
And this one's
ANL.
And that stands for Alice
and Lasha. ANL.
Oh.
Because Lisa was supposed to be my YouTube partner. That's why I called it L and L Soul Sisters. And there's 267 lonely people there. But 2 people subscribed to the old content. And
the old content of what?
When I lived at Concord, when you so kindly helped me stay at that condominium.
Oh, Sodom and Gomorrah.
Sodom and Gomorrah?
You mean where the shooting took place?
Oh, the Grimsby.
Oh, yeah. The Grimsby Terror Taller Towers, they're going to be called. Terror Towers.
You know,
that's my prediction.
I remember.
Because I tell you, I never have seen anything in my life. I have never seen anything like that in my life.
Aquazel? I'll say it. You don't have Aquazel.
I've just never seen. I've never seen people.
Yeah.
Live like that and make it look so natural.
Okay, what do you mean by that, though? Define it. I know it. Okay. Let me just fill in the blanks for Mom.
They're doing a.
Okay, she's exhausted. She doesn't mind if I say it because people.
No,
King Charles.
Very, very proud of myself.
You're very proud. You tell people.
Well, I walked to my doctor's office.
Yeah. But I walked with you too.
Yeah, and Lasha walked with me.
I never would let her walk alone.
Oh no, she never let me walk alone. But we didn't have any money.
And listen, we're not like.
And that goes on all the time.
Can I?
I want my beef pie.
I'll go get your beef pie.
I really seriously want that. I'm starving. And I got weighed today, and I wasn't pleased because I really thought I put on weight. I almost ate that whole thing of chocolate.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You want me to make you something? What do you want oats, Mom?
Yeah, maybe so, eh?
Okay, why don't we do that? Do you want clam chowder?
That's
probably oats is probably better for you, right?
Well,
don't you think?
Well, clam chowder's good.
You want the clam chowder?
Yeah.
Okay, so start talking about aging while I make you clam chowder then, if you want to. I'm not telling you what to do. I just thought we could, do time management. What are you saying about me?
She's telling you what to do, laughing. Never shuts up.
I'm not listening, Mom. You can say whatever you want. Your channel. Ow!
See? She's not listening, though, because she's too busy cutting herself.
Oh, this can opener.
What? Oh, see the can opener. See, she screwed it up somehow.
Remember the lobster in Nova Scotia?
Oh.
Oh, Mom. If we could have lobster in Nova Scotia right now.
Well, it's not in season.
Well, when does it come into season? Mom.
Well, Lasha, you're talking about like fishing. That's what Ed's doing. He's working 13 holes.
Really?
It's got 3 holes going. Yeah, with minnows. So he's running back and forth to see if he's getting any bites. He got a perch so far.
He got a perch?
Yeah.
Does he eat the fish?
Yeah.
Or does he let them go?
No, I think he's gonna eat this.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Sophie, do you want to eat fish?
Well, I mean,
Do you want to show this cracks me up.
I know when she does it, but I don't want my blanket down there.
Okay, I'll move it. I'll move the blanket, Mom. Here. So, okay, this thing drives her wild. Ladies. Okay, so it's been 11 minutes and 12 seconds. Hang on, Sophie. What does this remind you of? A boner! She's a girl too, by the way. Ah! Get it, Sophie. Are you really? Oh, you want me to move this blanket? Okay. Sorry, Granny wants me to move it.
Yeah, I don't want any tinkle.
She doesn't. Mom, come on.
Oh, come on.
She's old.
Oh, please, I'm begging you.
Okay, so bring that over here. Show everybody how good you are. Come to the love. Come to the love.
Yes. Bring your balls.
Bring your balls.
Come on.
Oh,
Good girl.
you always come to the love.
Yeah.
She always comes to the love.
Yeah. Good.
Okay, so we're not going to use Granny's blanket.
No.
And the other one, I actually
Okay.
I'll do it outside. The other one, the other blanket.
Oh yeah, we couldn't do that the other place.
No. You know what? It's better because the condos on Concord had the washing machines that have the, the old washing machines that have the, why do I wear these long scarves?
You're fucking nuts.
Did you hear what she just said to me?
Hey, can I take that scarf with me?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't do me any good. I do look like a Steta Baba.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, the chowder's ready.
I'm burning my supper.
Oh. Shoot.
Did you burn it?
No, didn't burn it. Burn, baby, burn. Mom, we have to do one of our dances soon.
Oh no, I can hardly move.
Well, you know what? You walked a kilometer today, and I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, but my back is just killing me.
Well,
I know what she said to me about that.
Don't, Mom, we're live.
Oh.
I've got your dinner. Do you want bread with it?
No.
Do you want milk?
No,
How about orange juice?
I have milk here already. Thank you.
What about orange juice?
I have milk here.
I know, but you want orange juice?
No, thank you. I have milk.
Got it. Okay, I've got your dinner here. Hang on. This is why my mother is a throwback, just like Consuela in the elegy. This is how I bring my mother her food.
Eulogy.
No, the movie was called Elegy.
No, you say it eulogy.
No, it's not a eulogy. I'm just bringing her. Look this is what I do for my mom. This is called clam chowder. And this
right from the can.
Yes, straight from the can. And people wonder why we're not healthy. You know why the royals live so long?
Yeah.
Do you know why the royals live so long? Because they eat well. And guess who pays for it? People that are starving! It's terrible.
It's always been that way.
What do you think about the monarchy? What do you think about King Charles having cancer and Diana? Oh, Sophie, these are decorations. What do you think about King Charles having cancer? Harry went over to the UK for not even 48 hours. William didn't see him. Catherine is off royal duties until April. And remember, people don't believe me when I have feelings about things. Do you remember I said to you 6 months ago? I said in 2024, that monarchy is going to fall apart. And Sean Atwood was talking about Nostradamus last night, and he predicted that there'll be a King Charles III, and one of the sons, or he's going to abdicate the throne, and one of the sons who never wanted to be king would be king. Harry's fifth in line, or I think he's second in line for the throne after William's 3 children. I know it's complicated. Everybody online talks about it all the time. What do you think of that?
Well, there's time succession in there, so.
Yeah, well, since the Queen died, or Her Majesty passed away, we're Canadian, we're part of the Commonwealth, and we do not like the fact that Harry's going for this PIP status.
What?
It's called the PIP status, like Interpol, not Interpol. He gets security paid wherever he goes. And he walks around LA doing things all the time and nobody bothers him. He's not worth anything. Like, do you know people actually are valued by their money?
You just found that out.
Yes. I know. I'm 52 and I'm going to need 2 canes in about 3 years because of change.org. That's where you have to go find out. And that's not even funny because I was in a wheelchair for a year and it tore apart my mother.
No.
Mom, do you think people should sign change.org? Do you think it'll make a difference or am I wasting my time? What do you think? Honestly.
Well, if you're doing something that you feel passionate about, then you should continue doing it. That's all I have to say.
So if I feel that I'm passionate about it, but the legislation doesn't change so that if a doctor doesn't keep his oath and stays silent and fraudulent paperwork.
The only way.
And this is in Canada, folks.
You have to be passionate.
Oh, I'm passionate about it, but I'm too angry.
That's where you've got to try and equalize it, shift it.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so howdy doody. We're off.
You know?
You know, what has anybody ever watched Grey Gardens? I look like a gnome. Has anybody ever watched Grey Gardens? About Edie Beale and little Edie Beale? And they were Jacqueline Onassis, her cousin, or it was her aunt, and little Edie was her first cousin. And they lived in squalor. It's called Grey Gardens. It was a documentary made in 1970 or 1971. It was actually art. And you know Edith Beale was so isolated for 50 years of her life, but yet she did makeup up like so. She did dresses and pants that could do the same thing. Like she was a very creative, abstract woman. And I remember the older Edie, and there is a really good show, and Drew Barrymore plays little Edie, and Jessica Lange plays Big Edie.
I've seen it.
The other thing I wanted to talk about, but I haven't, and I am going upstairs to read the Palacepapers and the Exorcism of Emily Rose. That movie May, December, May, December.
What was on today that was really good?
The Nest.
Would you put that on?
Yeah. That's a really good movie. Hang on one sec. I remember my well, he's not my ex-husband, but yeah, it doesn't matter. This man in my life.
He's but he's not around.
He's an extra husband, but he's not around. That's pretty funny.
That's it.
We're not legally divorced.
Yeah.
He won't divorce me because I went on a rant about this when I looked like I had just rolled out of bed. And that's why Sandy said, don't go on. She didn't say it like that. Okay, just a minute. Oh, you know what? I can't even face this. Oh, there's Annette Benning. So, are you okay? What happened?
You fucking jumping around.
Oh, sorry.
Honest to God. You almost choked your mother with that.
This is another movie that I watched called Naiad with Jodie Foster and Annette Benning, and they haven't had any work done on their face. I can show this.
She got in the water with me. And learning a new physical skill.
And I did.
Aren't you a swimmer to begin with? Well, I can swim, and I was
She's
a diver,
beautiful.
as a kid, and I was in the water a lot. I grew up in San Diego, but I had never been a lap swimmer or really learned
And
freestyle.
I even did
So
a little
it's the best.
review about
And
Naiad
the water
on
meditates
my
you.
playlist
So the
on
experience
Royal Pushback
personally for me,
Aftermath.
just in my
I
own
did
life,
May,
was so
December as
powerful.
well,
And then
and I
just
didn't
fell
know
in
they
love
were
with
going
it,
to
and I
be
fell in love with the training.
Emmy
and
nominated
it
or
looked
whatever.
really hard, though.
Yeah.
Well, it is
Okay, I'll
hard.
get a
And
copyright for that. Okay, Mom, I'll slow down. Okay, I'm going upstairs to read the Palacepapers, and we'll talk about aging after. Oh, the movie. Which one did you want to watch again?
The one that we were watching today. You knew it right away.
Do I have to rewind my video? Rewind the video to find out what movie we wanted to watch?
Adjacent to the ocean, so that when they shoot with the camera, it looks like it's just continuous. So we would take.
Did you see Naiad? Do you know what a really, really good The Nest
Go up.
is really good.
Go up.
I am. I'll just put Nest. You don't have to put the in front of it. I do not believe. However, I could be wrong. But Naiad is so good. And I do have a little review of it and May, December. I wanted to talk about that as well. I get too many ideas. I need to follow through on one idea at a time and just execute it. And that's what I was going to talk about. This is a great movie, and it's a Canadian movie. Made in Canada, or the actress was Canadian for sure. I could tell by her accent, but I haven't looked it up. Okay, I'll see you in a bit, Mom. Love you.
Yeah.
Say goodbye to the individuals that are taking time out of their lives.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, Ma.
Here's the thing here.
What do you need? Oh, the thing. Here you go.
Thank you very
Okay,
much.
you're very, very welcome. Welcome. Okay. What I was going to say is my husband, that we're not legally divorced yet, said that my mother and I should set cameras up that he would pay to watch her and I. And I'm thinking, really? Well, it's not working. So, anyways, I just love my mother. And that Amy, if you read the description of what I talk about, I hope you do. I've been dying to talk about May, December, and Julianne Moore, I realized when I was talking about YouTube and like, who am I to talk about growing a channel? But you know what? Sometimes slow and steady is the turtle. And jackrabbits, they run out of steam. So if you pace yourself properly, focus on one subject at a time, and if you're passionate about it, and you have a nice little intro, and if you want to do it differently, fine. But you know, the thing I love about YouTube sometimes is you don't have to watch somebody. Sometimes I just like to sit there and listen. So that's why I love Sean Atwood, Andrew Gold, Kinsey Schofield. You know, they're really good. And I watch many other channels than that. Paula M, P. Dinah, I love her. I love the fact that she called Meghan Markle out on this race business. Because at this point in time, what I think young people don't understand about it, and people were giving Anita Hill crap because she sided with Meghan Markle. Yes, I know, I do this all the time. I'm going to stop. You learn by trial and error. That's why sometimes I put, well, there are times, many videos I've put up where I sort of have combined Royal Pushback Aftermath and L&L Soul Sisters with this channel to try to get some of the old footage out and get people subscribing to one channel. So then when we get to the 1,000, I can really start that charity in the change.org. But okay. I've been on for 27 minutes. So, okay. This is the Palacepapers. I'm just going to add something a little royal and light in here. Okay, part 1. Never again. Oh, we already started this, the post-Diana world. Okay. Here we were. Page 8. Now, I am adding all of these onto playlists, and they're in order of obviously oldest to earliest. So the oldest is going to be the earlier readings, and the latest will be the latest. I just have to put which chapter we're on, what page, and if you want to read along with me, let me know. I know it's an old book, but it's interesting, in my opinion now, and I talk about the movie Elegy all the time. If you read a book 7 months ago, or you hear news from 7 months ago, and then you look at it again, will you feel differently about it or think differently about it once the emotions have settled? In reference to the Johnny Depp and the Amber Heard trial, boy, do I have a different opinion on that from the video that I did in the summertime, which was in July. And this is what? February? 6 months ago? Okay. Page 8. Queen Elizabeth II was schooled to erect inflexibility, lifelong barriers around her private thoughts and feelings. In the 70 years of her reign, she never gave an interview, which only enhanced her mystique. A different monarch with a more outgoing or extrovert temperament would lose the special mystery of resonance. Lady Elizabeth Longford observed. Her former royal governess, Marion Crawford, known to the family as Crawfie, wrote how the 20-year-old Princess Elizabeth
detested the crowd calling out, "Where's Philip?" That's interesting. When their romance was first rumored, its intensity frightened her and made her feel like a commodity. Sorry, I don't have my ring light on. It actually does help me see there. I look younger on it too. Okay, ready? Now, a lot of the reasons, like for instance, I love the Desperate Housewives recaps, and they didn't want to read this book because it's negative toward the monarchy. But I'm not going to go through what's gone on in the last year with Harry and Meghan because it's exhausting. And we've heard the stories over and over. So I read this book a long time ago. I'm reading it again, probably, well, whenever this was. This is an old book. Shoot. At any rate. So Tina Brown doesn't paint a flattering picture of the monarchy. She doesn't. However, maybe let's play devil's and angel's advocate, or whichever you believe in. Sorry, I need my marker to highlight those things. And that's one of the things I wanted to say about Queen Elizabeth. I can't get through a paragraph without talking. But the thing about Queen Elizabeth that always bothered me is she always looked like she wanted to punch somebody in the face. But not, that's sort of a crude thing to say at my age. That's not mature. There was a mystique about her, but she looked so stoic and unfriendly. But yet I don't think that's the way she was the way she was inside. She was a devout Christian. And speaking of atheism and Christianity and so on, all I know is that there's a missing atom that makes the universe expand and get bigger or smaller. And we do live on a continuum. And that's why I know there's a God, but I also felt God once. And it was just a magical feeling of love. Okay, I'm not going to go on and on about Queen Elizabeth, but it is a mystique. And I think she knew that. And she must have had so many private secretaries and so on. And could you imagine the trust that you would have to be in that kind of machine? It's archaic, but it should represent something good. And all we've seen lately is drama. At any rate, okay. So she felt like a commodity from the very beginning. So, maybe that's why she just didn't want to share her feelings about it. She wanted to, conduct her duty. And a life without purpose is what? Nothingness. Nothingness. I know. We all know that. We all know. Okay, Crofty paid dearly for sharing that insight with the public when she published it in the 1950 in what was the first tell-all royal bestseller, The Little Princesses. I did not know that. But up-close account of life in the royal nursery outraged the Queen Mother by offering some hints of the king's famous temper tantrums, his wife's frost toward the Windsors, and the true notion that neither the king or the queen were greatly concerned with the higher education of their daughters. That's the way it was back then. Crofty was long demonized as a treacherous snake. I don't think I'd write that about anybody. But a 2000 Channel 4 documentary by Hamish Mykaura never heard of this person, suggests that the articles in Ladies' Home Journal in which her book was based originated as a clumsy attempt by the palace and the British government to boost the image of the royal family in America. Why? Far from acting disloyally, the unfortunate Croffy thought she was doing her mistress a bidding. A more realistic gloss is that she was manipulated by the unscrupulous top editors of Ladies' Home Journal, who reworked and sensationalized her copy without her consent, and led her to think her agreement with the royal family held more latitude than it did. Like many a biographer subject before and since, once the Queen Mother read the manuscript, she felt differently. She bitterly resented any glimpse of daylight shed on the royal magic. Quote, "Our late and completely trusted governesses has gone off her head." Wait, let me do that again. Quote, "Our late lady, completely trusted governess, has gone off her head," she wrote to Lady Astor Croffy, was ejected from Nottingham Cottage, the Grace and Favour house on the grounds of Kensington Palace that she had been gifted for life. I'd love to have a gift for life like that, wouldn't we all? Prince Philip, too, came to very much regret it for allowing BBC cameras to penetrate the inner sanctums for the royal family documentary show in June 1969. The film, I'm actually going to watch this. Actually, I'm going to watch this before I read anything further. But I would like to say, I do believe that my reading has gotten a little better, don't you? Okay, I've been on here for an hour and a half today, and then Mom and I are going to do our little talk at night instead of watching TV. But what I want to wrap it up with before I wrap it up is May December with Julianne Moore and Natalie Portman, and the young actor who played Julianne Moore's husband is going to go very, very far, just like the young actor who played, I watched it last night, actually, I couldn't sleep. The Place Beyond the Pines with Ryan Gosling and Eva Longoria, is it? His wife, that they ended up unfortunately separating. But at any rate, May, December, Julianne Moore plays a teacher at 36 years of age who's already married with 3 children, and she falls in love with a 7th grader. Now, usually movies of this sort and grooming are tended toward men toward women, not women toward men. And I find that Julianne Moore takes on very brave roles in playing a woman like a man. In other words, if you watched After the Marriage with Michelle Williams and Julianne Moore, you'll understand. But she plays the P, okay? And it's made like an Alfred Hitchcock sort of still shots. There's the tension. The acting's amazing. But what's interesting to me is what the man had to suffer with. And there was this one scene, spoiler alerts, your choice. And I want to talk about it. I wish I had somebody to talk about it with, to bounce ideas off each other. But the fact that women do it as well. And, it's just, it rips your heart out because you see this boy who's, maybe 15 years older than his children. and he didn't go to graduation. He didn't, it was never spoken about, but you knew what was going on. They layered it like a sweet onion. And then when you unlayered it, the sweetness comes off and you feel for that boy that I just can't even explain it. And by this point, he's 36. And in the movie, Julianne Moore, I believe the name is Grace, she actually, the man is trying to talk to her in the corner and he can't get the words out. And he says, I don't know if I was the right age to make these kinds of decisions. The actress used him. She made me sick. Natalie Portman did a fantastic job of a sweet little villain. No caring. And the end broke my heart. And Julianne Moore actually blamed this little boy, who's now a 36-year-old man, for seducing her when she was 36 and he was 11 or 12. I will never understand it. And there's more layers and surprises in it, so I would definitely take a look. I think the Emmys already happened. I didn't even watch them, but and Naiad, I already talked about it downstairs. So have a great day, and that's a wrap. Take care of yourselves, and I'll do the same too. Very important.